3D printing is not as hard as people make it seem, so if you're curious of how to get started, stay tuned. Welcome back guys, my name's Gregory, and if you want to learn how to buy cool things and save money and learn about other tech related things, start now by hitting subscribe down below and hit that bell to not miss anything. Many people want to get into 3D printing, but they're always put off by how hard it is, but the case is it's not really that hard. It is as simple as using a regular printer to print your homework, your assignments, any other stuff that requires printing on paper. And the thing is, it requires the same 3 steps that a 3D printer has, is picking what you want to print, editing to the size and font you want, and then hitting the print button and waiting for the product to come out. And that is it. That is literally how easy it is to use a 3D printer. Those 3 same steps apply to printing on a normal printer, and the same steps apply to printing on a 3D printer, and I'll show you how. To get your first 3D print going, you first have to figure out what you want to print. And if you're wondering, where do I get these prints? How do I build them? How do I make them? I don't actually know how to do this. You don't have to worry about that. There's a site called Thingiverse where people have created models for you, and you just have to choose one that you want to pick. And for example, there could be phone cases, flowers, little cats, and other things that you would never even thought of people have created. And this is exactly how we're going to do it. We're going to go on the site and choose one item that we want to print, and that's what I'm going to show you right now. So here we are on the site Thingiverse where all these 3 models lie that people have made for you and that you can choose to print. And there's plenty of models, so you don't have to worry about ever running out or not finding the right thing, because it will be here. So for example, if I want to print a little boat, I'm going to go type in boat, hit enter, and there's all kinds of boats here. The ones that are starred, the ones that have been printed more, recommended, and all that stuff. And as you can tell, there's just loads and loads and loads of them. And with the one I'm going to do is I'm going to do this one, just a generic boat. So what we're going to do is, once this file is downloaded on the site, we are going to go down to where it says Thing Files and click Download. So here's the Thing Files. Click on it. So here's that boat. All you do is hit download, and once that's downloaded, you go ahead, open up your program to use for 3D printing. So the program that I'm using is called Cura. It came with the Monoprice 3D printer that I currently have, and if you want to know more about that printer, check it out on the right, and I'll post a link in my description down below if you're interested about buying a 3D printer. I truly recommend it. So the first thing you do, and it's very simple, you go find the file where you download it. So you go to File, Load Model File, so you got to find where you downloaded that file. And you go to Downloads, and you scroll down to where you got that boat, and you click Boat, and now it downloaded that file. So currently, as you can tell, it's very small, but you can actually scale the boat to whatever you want. You go down here, and you can rotate it, you can scale it. So I can make it 5 times bigger. I just put in 5 and it says 4. It's gonna be 4 times bigger. And the cool thing about it is you can either control all the axes by themselves, or you can make it a uniform scale. And on top of that, it shows you how big the thing is, and on the top left corner, it shows you about how long it'll take to print it and how much plastic will actually use. And this is very useful because if you want to plan your prints. So once that's all selected and you've picked the file that you want to print, you go to your printer, you plug in a device and select to print that file, and it will start printing. And that is all you have to do. And that's how easy it is to actually print. So if you're actually considering starting 3D printing, don't worry about it. You will completely understand how to use it, and there's really nothing hard about it. And it's not as hard as people make it seem. If this was easy to follow and informative, please hit that like button, share with your friends, and hit subscribe down below to not miss any of my new content coming out. If you want to know what printer I use, check out my review on the right of the Monoprice version 2 that I use for all my 3D prints.